What's up guys, Forrest here, and today's video is going to be about some of the upcoming Quest 2 games of 2022 and 2023 that I am the most stoked about. I also want to know what Quest 2 games you guys are most excited about for next year, so post them in the comment section below so I can look them up and see for myself. Finally, if any of you guys have any additional information about any of the games I'm about to talk about in this video, please let me know because I'm really excited to try some of these. With that being said, let's get started. I'm going to start my favorite upcoming games off with one that I think everybody's going to be excited for, and that is Stranger Things VR. Like most of you guys, I was pretty obsessed with Stranger Things when it first dropped on Netflix back in 2016, so it goes without saying that I am really stoked to experience it in virtual reality. Here's the interesting thing though. From what I understand, you're not playing as Eleven or Hopper or any of the good guys actually. Oh no. In Stranger Things VR, you're playing the role of Vecna, his descent into the Upside Down, and the creation of the Hive Mind. Now the concept of this game seems incredibly wild and intriguing, so I'm definitely looking forward to experiencing this one. Propagation Paradise Hotel may be one of the most anticipated games of the year, guys. Why? Because in the previous title, Propagation VR, which can be found free on Steam by the way, was one of the first PCVR horror experiences I've ever played, and it freaked me out. Even though the game is short, it did a fantastic job of scaring the crap out of me, and I'm sure that anybody else who has played this game can agree. Naturally, when I heard that One Dev Studios was creating a full story-driven game set to release in early 2023, I had to know more. The alpha gameplay footage has been released already, and it appears that you wake up in the middle of an apocalypse and have to find your sister inside of a hotel where you guys are both trapped. The game devs have promised immersive storytelling, advanced mechanics, and great visuals, and honestly, if it's anything like the original, I don't doubt them at all. This is sure to be insanely scary. If I didn't add Grand Theft Auto VR to this list, I feel like it'd be put on blast because you'd have to be living under a rock to have not heard of the Grand Theft Auto series. Now, since its original release in 2013, Grand Theft Auto is easily one of the most popular games to ever come out of Rockstar Studios, so it was only a matter of time before the franchise would eventually make its way to virtual reality. Now granted, we don't have an exact time frame of when this is actually going to get released for the Quest 2, but Mark Zuckerberg himself has been quoted as saying that this version of what I think is one of the greatest games ever made will offer players an entirely new way to experience this iconic open world in virtual reality. Now I hope Mark is right, because being able to relive some of my favorite childhood games in virtual reality would be pretty awesome, especially since we have no clue when Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to get released. Also, random question pertaining to Grand Theft Auto, but has anyone else thought about what it's going to look like when hookers get in your car in VR? Am I the only one thinking about this? Okay, moving on. Have you ever wanted to strap on a proton pack and go ghost hunting with your friends? Well, I'm happy to tell you that your childhood fantasy is finally being brought to life with Ghostbusters VR. Not like I have to tell you guys, but the Ghostbusters movies were some of the most iconic films to ever hit theaters in the 80s, and they're still popular to this day, so it's only fitting that somebody finally made a fully immersive VR game to bring some of these characters to life. The game has you tracking, blasting, and trapping ghosts in San Francisco with up to 3 of your friends, or you can choose to do it alone, if you're brave enough. When the Ghost Lord comes lurking, who are they gonna call? You. Can't wait to see what this game has to offer. Although there isn't a ton of information out on this yet, it has been confirmed that Ubisoft is bringing the incredibly popular Assassin's Creed franchise to the Oculus Quest. Now, it's been hinted that the game's official title could be called Assassin's Creed Nexus, and it'll have you playing as many of the assassins from previous titles, including Cassandra, Connor, and several others as well. Other sources have said the expected weapons, such as the sword, hidden blade, throwing knife, crossbow, and many others will be present, and that combat will actually be timing based, which means you'll have to wait until your enemy lowers its cover before you quickly strike. Additionally, Ubisoft has said the features that we loved so much in the previous Assassin's Creed titles will be present, including pickpocketing, climbing, and even the leap of faith, so I'm really hoping this new game is going to further the series. Don't let us down on this one, Ubisoft. We want a good Assassin's Creed title for VR. Although The Walking Dead 2 Retribution just dropped on the Quest 2 stores this week, the PC VR version isn't set to release until next year, so it's still going to make my list. Now I say this because its predecessor, Saints and Sinners, is arguably one of the most popular games that ever hit Quest 2 stores to this day. The Retribution story has you continuing your journey through New Orleans, and it has you being hunted by the seamlessly unstoppable Axeman and facing off against the tower's latest push for total dominance. Retribution features new faces, places, and weapons, and you'll get to decide whether to help or hinder the Exiles, who is a new faction that was rejected by the tower and refused to rejoin and reclaim. If being chased by hordes of zombies and fighting for survival is your thing, The Walking Dead Retribution is definitely a game you'll need to pick up.
I always enjoy games that are bringing new things to the table, so I'm going to add VR Giants to my list of top games to look forward to because I personally haven't seen another VR gaming company do what this one's done so far. VR Giants is an asymmetrical game that consists of a player on a PC trying to reach their destination while another player with a VR headset assists them. Pretty cool concept, right? I especially like this idea because it helps your friends game with you even if they don't own a VR headset. Now there is a demo available, so if you guys are interested, I highly suggest going over there and checking it out.
For anyone who's a fan of roguelike combat games, Hellsweeper is going to be the one that gets you guys excited. You're going to be playing the role of an undead immortal who gains mastery of their weapons and elemental magic to defeat their foes. Now, Vertigo Games and Mixed Realms will also be helping to put out this really cool title, and they've helped with games like Arizona Sunshine and Sariento in the past, so I really have high hopes for this one because I enjoyed both of those games. Now, I've also watched the official trailer, and from what I can tell, this game is going to have stunning visuals and incredible physics, so I don't think I'm going to have any trouble getting fully immersed in this one. The dead better run because they ain't ready for me. For anyone who's been following me on TikTok, you're probably going to be surprised when I'm adding this final title on my list of upcoming games, as the last one nearly gave me a heart attack multiple times. Ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about the Exorcist Legion VR Sin. I didn't know until after I started looking into this game further, but Sin actually stands for safety in numbers and not what happens when you go to church hungover, because nobody's ever done that, right? Yes, the new Exorcist game will allow us to cast out demons with the help of up to 3 other friends, and I cannot tell you how happy this makes me. I'm hoping co-op mode will help me successfully complete the game and do so without changing my pants this time. Here's to wishful thinking, right? Still looking forward to this game regardless. And those are some of my favorite upcoming Quest 2 games for 2022 and 2023. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe because I really like making content for you guys just as much as I do playing VR games. I'll also continue making more videos like this one as I get more information down the road, so you guys stay tuned for that. See y'all next time.